This is the Anfield wrap, and this is the wrap up. It is the wrap-up, the morning after the night before. Another result, another frustrating result. Craig Hannan with me to talk about it. I mean, Liverpool start badly, recover, play really well, create loads of chances, just aren't ruthless enough, including missing a penalty against the post from Bobby Firmino. And then second half, seemed to get into it was a story you've read before, a film you've watched before, you've seen it before from Liverpool, and it's sort of, you know, we're knocking on the door, but we're not quite creative enough, we're not quite inventive enough, there's one pass too many over and over again, and then all of a sudden they switch off a throw, and a throw turns into an equalising goal, and we all go home, tails between our legs going, fuck's sake, Liverpool. Yeah,
it's a film we've seen before. It almost showcased everything that we know about this Liverpool side, scintillating going forward at times, not ruthless enough at times, and then almost shambolic at the back at times as well. And it was a game that we sort of, you know, we'd hoped that we would come in and you know, that Liverpool would be giving it the big one after the weekend. They'd want to bounce back, they'd want to be on the front foot from the off, and obviously the early goal that they conceded is a setback, but they worked their way into the game again. But it's just that game management. It comes down to game management again. They're 2-1 up. They can't put away chances. They get a penalty. They can't put that away. And then you almost just know what's coming. And you know what? They could have got beaten 3-2 at the end. At the end, that Lewis Muriel has a chance that he probably should score. And it's just same old Liverpool again. It's been a bit of a stop-start season. We've seen everything. Like I said, the season's almost showcased everything that we know about this Liverpool side. The last-minute equaliser against Watford, hammering Arsenal, then getting beaten, hammered last weekend, and now this. And it just feels like the next sort of 3 games will be big for this side in terms of how this season ends up for them.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been a showcase event. You know, the big night, back in the Champions League, back at the big table, telling the world what Liverpool are all about, but unfortunately they told the wrong story. They told the story of, like Craig said, a team that can attack with the best of them but defend with the worst of them. So, and as Craig says now, it's a weird week coming up really. Burnley, and then Leicester in the League Cup, and then Leicester in the League, and then Spartak Moscow after that. All dogs of games really that aren't ideal, but maybe in a way, good games for Liverpool in that they're going to have to battle in these, aren't they? And maybe that's what we need at the moment, just more of a battle, less flair, more fight.
Yeah, well, we saw that against Palace at home. That was a bit of a dog of a game. We had to dog out the result, and we get a fairly late goal, and that you'd imagine that's what we might see at the weekend with Burnley. They've got a big Chris Wood up top as well, who's causing all sorts of havoc from set pieces, which I'm not looking forward to seeing. And again, we're just looking to Liverpool to give us a big performance, to give us something to try and forget the last sort of 2 games, because that's probably the most difficult home game we'll play in the Champions League. We shouldn't forget that, and although we should have won it, and we should have won it comfortably, it's not a disaster. There's still 5 games to go in this, in this group stage, and I'm still very confident that we'll go through. But yeah, the next couple of games are massive. Leicester away, I'm not excited about that at all.
No, not at all.
Just not a very nice place to go away from home, and especially in the League Cup, it's neither a game that you believe that Liverpool will find fairly easy to go through, but it's not a glamour tie either. It's sort of in the middle. It's a horrible place to go away for the fans, so we'll have to get ourselves up for that one, I think. But yeah, big week.
Yeah, all these things being discussed in depth as ever on our podcast. There was a show straight after the match last night. There's a review being recorded today. There'll be previews of all the games coming up as well. So, you know, get on the podcast as ever, have a listen. But it is Burnley next, and here's Neil telling you about Burnley and what Liverpool need to do in that game.
Look at the weather. Summer has become autumn. It's wet, it's dank, it's horrible. It's pathetic fallacy writ large. This is what happens in the Premier League. The seasons kick in. It becomes a horrible, horrible place quickly, and it turns, the weather turns. And what says that? What better pathetic fallacy on the football pitch is there than Burnley? Liverpool face Burnley this weekend, and Liverpool should beat Burnley. We all know Liverpool should beat Burnley, but Burnley have now spent a season in the Premier League very much defying the shoulds, very much defying the odds. That's what they're about. It's not going to be easy at the weekend. This is a decent football team. It's a hard-working football team that creates battles and scraps all over the pitch, and they've got themselves big Chris Wood, but the Reds need to prevail. If they are going to do the business that they need to do this season, these are exactly the games where they need to prevail at home over and over again. 2 league home games are in the bag for Liverpool, 6 points. This weekend, they've got to make it 9. Up the Reds.
So Neil there talking about Burnley, a bit of a slog of a game, a run of fixtures now that bit of trepidation about it. Let's be honest, a bit Groundhog Day around Liverpool at the moment. But there are other things to look forward to. Certainly for us, we're really looking forward to the fact that we're going back to Belfast in November. We did a show there recently, a live show in front of an audience there, and it was fantastic. We had a great night there. The crowd were fantastic. Everyone got involved. And just to briefly tell you a little bit about what they involve, it's not just a group of fellas sitting on the stage talking about football. We have a laugh. We get involved with the audience. We play some stupid games. We have a drink. We talk about the Reds. Honestly, it sounds mad, but it works, doesn't it? And it really worked in Belfast. I thought that was one of the best ones we'd done.
It was very rowdy. That was my first Anfield rap show, actually, and it was a lot rowdier than I expected. It's chaos, but it's organised chaos at the same time. And I think this the one in Belfast this time around is going to be a little bit different. We're going to have the half-5 kick-off match against West Ham on, and we're all going to be watching that in the venue. We're going to do a live post-match show as well, then the normal live show, and I think we've got live music as well from the shipbuilders. So there'll be a bit of a night out afterwards as well. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
And that is the 4th of November in Belfast. It's the Speakeasy Bar.
Yeah, Speakeasy Bar. It's just above Mandela Hall, so it's a slightly different venue. It just means we have the whole night this time, rather than doing the venue and then finding somewhere else to go out. So we'll have a bit of a night out in there as well. So yeah.
Tickets are on sale on ctickets.com. And so back to looking towards Burnley. We'll be doing our usual stuff, which if you don't know what our usual stuff is, it's loads and loads of stuff on all the social media. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, where you may well be watching this. We do a bit on everything really to sort of get across what it's like to go the game. We know everyone can't get there. We try and sort of tell our story that way. So get on all of those channels, spread the word. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. This has been another wrap-up.